I'm going to start us off here with the state of daycare in Massachusetts, which we have talked about before, but not for a while. So data that I have going back to 2021 found that the average cost for infant care in the state of Massachusetts came to $20,913.
Wow.
The highest in the entire country. Anybody who has a child in one of these systems also knows that the prices have been going up since that data was put out there. This is data from October of 2021, so I know that cost of care has gone up. Likewise, the average pay that I'm looking at, which was also updated in 2021 for a child care worker in Massachusetts, was $14.98 per hour. I know that data is outdated because that is currently below the Massachusetts minimum wage. These child care providers have been closing their doors at an alarming pace. In 2022 alone, you had a net loss. Since the beginning of the pandemic, the state has had a net loss of more than 500 child care centers, basically reducing 2,300 licensed slots. And that is with the state providing $574 million in monthly grants that have been awarded to Massachusetts providers since July of 2021. There's another 750 providers who are claiming that they will need to close their doors if that funding drops off. This is not a system that's working, and I don't have the perfect solution.
Right.
There have been folks that have pointed to the fact that we have the lowest requirement of teacher to student ratios in the country. That same standard applies to care centers across several other states in the country that have far cheaper child care costs than Massachusetts does. I don't have the perfect answer here, but they can't attract workers because guess what? You might love kids to the end of the earth, but you're not going to do it for less than you can get paid by working at McDonald's. And likewise, these child care centers with massive real estate costs in Massachusetts can't afford to provide the care at an affordable means. So it's a real problem for anybody out there. I mean, I pay an ungodly sum of money for childcare. I'm very happy that I'm able to do so, but there are a lot of families where it's just not economically feasible to raise a child.
And we wonder why, the participation rate is gotten lower. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of now you're just
you got to pay $20,000 a year to put your kid into a daycare center. I mean, no wonder you're going to stay at home and not go do that. You have to be reasonably speaking, right? If you have two children, which is probably what's the average birth rate? 2.2 in our country. So you got two kids in the state of Massachusetts. It does not make sense for you to be working if you're earning less than $70,000 a year.
Right.
Between taxes and everything, commute costs, everything else. If I'm going to be paying $20,000 a kid to send them to childcare, how can I hold down a job on a reasonable salary?